What's going on, guys? It's Wil Mikahson. Welcome back to my channel, to my return viewers, subscribers. If this is your first time stopping by my channel, what's going on? My name is Wil Mikahson. I do videos on luxury, lifestyle, unboxings, travel vlog. If those are things that interest you, I would love for you to consider joining our family here at my channel. You can do so by hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell, so you get notified every single time I load new content. So today's video is going to be just what the title says, a life update. I've been gone for like 7 months, and I wanted to just come back before I hop into things. I feel like I owe it to you guys. A lot of you guys have been reaching out regarding my mother, which I'll get into in a minute. So I feel like I owed it to you guys to just tell you what's been going on, how wonderful life has been, and some of the downsides too. But I wanted to get into that. So grab your wine, champagne, your lunch, your dinner, your snack, your protein bar, whatever it is, we are going to partake together. Pop that bottle, let's go. I have so much to tell you guys. Let the games begin. Put little bubbly bubs. We need a lot. It's gonna be a long chat. So, one of my favorite toasts from my sister Wendy, she put me onto it. It goes like this. Here's to those who wish us well. Those who don't can go to hell. Okay, I'm so sorry. I had to get myself situated. I spilled champagne. I did not have on my watch. I purposely for this video put on my Cartier Santos watch, or I took it out to put it on. This is my watch of the day. It's an old school, like I had to pull it out because yesterday was my 40th birthday and I was feeling just a little extra fabulous. Okay, so I'm gonna cover the following topics. My mother, love, Mikahson sport, what I've been up to, and I have 2 new roommates. So let's just start off with my mother. Thank you guys so much for your love, your support. She's doing phenomenal. For those of you guys who are new to my channel, last year my mother had COVID. Then they found she was discharged. Then she went back 24 hours later, or something like that, something crazy, because they found a tumor, a benign tumor called the meningioma, which is a slow growing tumor. So they said it was probably there for about 20 years. So long story short, it was just months of testing upon testing, more tests. They scheduled the surgery for May, the first week of May, then it was pushed back to June 8th. Once June 8th came, I dropped her off at 5 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was gonna be a 4 to 6 hour surgery. It turned out that it wound up being a 13-hour surgery. The surgeon said that it was one of the toughest surgeries that he had done. Basically, the tumor had wrapped itself around her left ocular nerve, and if he was less aggressive, she was going to eventually go fully blind in that eye. He was more aggressive and ran the risk of temporary vision loss or permanent vision loss. Either which way, it would have been a small deficit. And that's actually where she is. She's got a small in the top left, upper left side of her vision. It's a little fuzzy, but her most recent MRI showed that 2 months post-op, it's still very, very swollen around that area. So I think that it's part of the course. They're saying that it's, to be very optimistic about her vision coming back 100%. If she's looking like this way up, like she's fine. It's just that irritation up top, and I don't know what that feels like. No one knows what that feels like. So I'm like, girl, as long as you can see 85, 90%. And she's like, you don't understand how annoying it is. And listen, when my contact acts up, I feel like I'm dizzy and the world's about to end. So I can sort of understand where she's coming from. Not completely, but you know what I mean. So the surgery was actually called transsphenoidal or endonasal. They went in through her nose, which means she did not have a typical craniotomy where they cut your skull and you've got stitches and shave your head. So that alone, I mean, let's look at all the positives, right? I mean, it's non-cancerous. COVID could have taken her out of here. They didn't have to cut her head. Like, I had to find so many positives amidst all this craziness to get me through it and to help get her through it. So I'd say from January until the surgery in June, my weekends, my free time was spent with her, you know. I didn't want her to feel like a burden because she had the seizure, which is because COVID agitated the tumor. She had the seizure, and basically in New Jersey, and I'm sure any other the other 49 states, you cannot drive for 6 months after you have a seizure. She's never had a seizure disorder before this. She hasn't had a seizure after it, thank God. So there's a lot to be thankful for. She wasn't driving, so I was like, I made myself available, and I didn't want her to feel like a burden, so I wasn't calling her like, what do you need to do today? I have this, that, and the third. I can squeeze you in here. No, I would call her Friday nights, and it became our thing, where I was like, what are we doing tomorrow? Where are we hanging out? What do you want to do, girlfriend? Like, you know, to make her feel like she had some control or some independence in all of this. So we spent a lot of time together over the last 8 months, and while she's my best friend and we talk 10,000 times a day and we're super, super close, I realized that, because of COVID and just life, even though she lives 11 minutes from me, like I wasn't seeing my mom a lot, you know? So it was nice, you know, she had antibodies that would last up to 3 months, you know, at minimum. So between that, I got vaccinated in January because I just knew it was the right thing to do, and I wanted to be able to be with her and spend time with her. So, you know, it worked out, and we had a really, really good time. Like I said, surgery day was a lot. 13-hour surgery, which was supposed to be, and it was supposed to be 4 to 6. I was unnerved. Okay, I was unnerved all day. I should have had this. I definitely should have had some alcohol stashed in my pocket while that was happening, because it was grueling. It was a hard day, and I know it was a harder day for her. But so yeah, she's doing great. She went back to work as of August 30th. You would never know she had brain surgery because they went in through her nose, like even a week after, you know, like we were home, you know, and it was like nothing ever happened. So just super thankful for that. And they reduced, the tumor resection was that they took about 1.5 inches off. There's still some portion left. The doctor is considering doing another procedure where he does an incision over the eyebrow, the brow bone, which you would never know again that there was anything done. And he wants to do that approach to get out the remaining tumor because it looks like some of it has gone over to the right side. But again, it's a slow grower. It's nothing emergent. We don't have to really, you know, look to do surgery tomorrow. So we have our follow-up with him this week, actually, in 2 days. So just super optimistic about that and her, you know, continued healing. And she thanks you all so much. You guys are her inherited extension of me through here. So she thanks you guys, and the love was felt. The cards that people sent, the DMs, you know, just people constantly checking in, seeing how we are doing, but more importantly, how she's doing. I appreciate you guys. She appreciates you. My whole family appreciates you guys. They didn't know how much you guys mean to me. So thank you so much. So, número dos, okay? The second thing that popped off this year was Mikahson Sport. A lot of people, self-included, like, I was just like, a lot of people had no idea what was going on, and I didn't know either. But my sister Wendy was like, listen, I know everything is happening with mom, but if you don't launch, it'll never happen. So she goes, just launch. It's COVID. People are popping out with clothing lines every day. Launch it and people will buy. And of course, me being extra, I wanted to do the whole grand, you know, and she's like, just launch it. So the last video I uploaded here on YouTube, people thought it was a teaser. And I'm like, no, it's available. Go buy. But I have to say that between my family, my friends, you guys, those of you who knew that it was available, the sales are amazing. And I still have tons of product. So feel free to go to the website and pick up your Mikahson Sport. I'm learning how to be an entrepreneur and how to clothing, apparel, and all this stuff. So I invested a lot of money. So I have a lot of inventory, which has now been moved to my mother's house. I have tons of women's tanks, men's muscle t-shirt tanks. I sold out pretty much out of all the hoodies, but if you do want to order a hoodie, they are available. It'll just, because of COVID, it'll take some time, like, you know, 7 to 10 days to come in and for me to get it to you. But there's product. I have water bottles here on stock. I have masks and all that stuff, and I'll do a whole unboxing of my clothing line because, again, a lot of people did not understand the teaser, that it was like, hey, we're live, baby. So a lot of people did not realize that. So cheers to you all. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Like I said, the sales were great, and I want to move to phase 2 of the line, but I'm not going to do that until I sell through what I invested in the first one. So if you guys want to see phase 2, buy tanks for your girlfriends, your boyfriends, check out the website. But yes, thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I love you. Speaking of Mikahson Sport, it is a apparel line, a fitness line. And speaking of fitness, your boy lost 32 pounds. I mean, I have gone back up, I think about 8 pounds after all the fluctuation, but my goal was to lose 40 pounds by my 40th birthday, which was yesterday. And I went hard trying to manage what my mom was going through, trying to manage my emotions. I basically said I needed something healthy to get into. And I knew when Chi-Chi and I shot my promo pictures for my line, Mikahson Sport, back in November, right before my mother got sick, I looked at those pictures. And I remember we were taking the pictures, and I was like, this large feels like this, but I want to wear a medium or a small. And she was like, well, what's that gonna look like? You know, and she wasn't being facetious. She's just saying like, boo, like, you're not in a medium or small right now. And I am happy to say that as of, I'd probably say 2 weeks ago, I was in an extra small. So I went from wearing a medium or large in my line to rocking an extra small. So it feels good, but February 7th, I think it was February 7th, I'll leave the information here. I have this withing scale, which connects to my phone. It's phenomenal. It's a really great product. I'll probably do a review on it if you guys want. But the scale, when I got on the scale, it was like, you're 207. I'm pretty sure I was 210, but I had lost a couple pounds. So when I got on the scale February, whatever that date was, I was like 207, not happening. Not my ministry. I was not placed here on this earth to be this weight. For my frame, just in general, I was always like this big, you know. And I know adult weight and all that other stuff, and people like them thick, but not me. I didn't want to be thick. So I said March 1st, I'm getting in the gym. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I was like, I'm gonna get active. I'm gonna get into this Apple Watch thing. And I got obsessed with closing my rings and competitions and getting all the awards. And I'll do a full video again on how I lost 32 pounds in 3 months. From March 1st to June 25th, I dropped 32 pounds. And I was feeling great. But August 14th, I had a barbecue here. I bought tons of food. And it was like healthy stuff, like chicken hot dogs, turkey burgers, all this stuff. But I had only a bunch of my girlfriends here, and it was like 15 of us, and no one really ate. So I ate burgers and hot dogs, and the next day I called my family over, and I was like, I have liquor and hot dogs and hamburgers and chips, and come on. And so by the third day, I still had so much food left over and liquor, and I said, guys, I feel like I've put on so much weight. And people are like, you're so dramatic, you've come so far, you're almost at your 40-pound goal, you know, stop being dramatic. And I was like, no, I feel like I put on a lot of weight in 3 days. No one believed me. I hopped on a scale, 9.5 pounds. So I was like, all right, back to the drawing board. So I went back and lost, I think, 7 or 8 of the 9.5 pounds that I gained. And then last week of August, right before Labor Day weekend, yeah, because that was the last few days off I had. Labor Day weekend, my family and I, my sisters and I, and the children go down the shore. And my niece Taylor is infamous for digging these deep to the core of the earth. And you know, it's all fun and games until someone falls into one. I am someone. I'll leave a clip here of what the hole looked like. And my sister Wendy was filming almost up to the nanosecond right before I went down the hole playing catch with my nephew. 1 minute I was airborne, the next minute I was in the hole, I blacked out, and then they were carrying me to the chair in the cabana, and I jacked up my knee, and I'm going for an MRI this week, but I was like, I'm fine. I shook it off. I started dancing again, and then two days went by, and I was like, I got to get back in fitness. I got to reach this 40-pound weight loss before 40. And I did something, and I jacked my knee up. And up until yesterday, I wonder if it was even out of the socket, because yesterday I was coming back from the Yankee game, and I felt a pop, and then there was no more pain. I was limping like a decrepit old man for the last like 3 weeks, and now I'm I'm totally fine, But so yes, I've lost relatively I can't say 32 pounds anymore because I'm not there anymore, but between 25 and 30 pounds. And I'm going to try to, get back into fitness as of tomorrow. Because I really want to get down. My goal weight is to be like 150 was where I want to be, but everyone says I'll look like sickly. So like 160, 165 I'll take. So I got to get back in the swing of things and, reach that goal. But yes, that is the third thing. Whenever I do Q&As, people always ask me if I have found love, and I will tell you, I'm not going to give him too much airtime. Love him dearly, but I did start dating someone right before my mother got sick. And it's such a good story, but I'm not going to give it airtime. How we met, then we didn't talk, and then we reconnected, and it was magical. Like, he lived 3 minutes from me. He's a very, very well-known person. I will not reveal his name, but turns out we were running in the same circles, like my family and him, and it was just weird for what the industry he's in. He's very, very well-known. And yeah. It was magical. I thought it was it. I thought we were getting married. And it crashed and burned. I think there's still love between us. I hope we can be friends. I love him. And I want to say I wish it could work out, but I met somebody else. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy. So again, just like that last situation, my boyfriend now, Joey, we had tried to date 3 different times, 3 years in a row. We would match online, we had each other's numbers, we would text, and then it would fizzle. Literally the past 3 summers. And ironically, we always match in this in the summertime, and then by September it fizzles. And then this year we matched, and it was an accident on my behalf. I was swiping, and I was like, oh, oh my God. I was like, that's Joey. I was like, he's gonna totally think I'm a whack job because we keep matching and we keep fizzing out, And I just threw the phone and was like, I'm gonna get off this app because it's just ridiculous. And he messaged me back and was like, we're going on a date. This is enough. And we've been inseparable. It's amazing. He's everything I've looked for in a person. He's my Italian stallion. I love him. I'm not in love. Oh, I said that prematurely. I love him. I think he's an amazing person. I adore him. It's amazing. It's amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. And he supports everything. Usually, so the last guy who I just mentioned, he was he's got a YouTube channel, huge platform on Instagram, and I thought, wow, maybe I need to be with somebody who's in the whole creative space, and we can make something happen. And it didn't work. Joey is the farthest thing from a social media aficionado, but he's supportive, and he's if it makes you happy and if it brings you joy, and as long as your bills are paid and you can still shop the way you do, he's just so supportive. And I've never really had that with guys. Men, I hate to say people are intimidated by me, but guys are usually you're a lot. Your lifestyle is a lot. You are a lot. And Joey's do you, boo? He's so supportive, and it's great. I'm so happy. Life just feels, I'm so fulfilled right now. I'm just abundance of love, happiness, gratitude. I'm in a good space. And to bring it full circle, I'm back here with you guys. And 40 just feels phenomenal, you guys. I love it here. I totally love it here. And I was so apprehensive, approaching 40, when I was 38, 39, the beginning of 39, I was oh my God, I'm gonna be 40. What the hell? What is life? And now I'm psh, please. After the last year we went through in the world and personally, I am so thankful that I'm here. And you guys, I cannot believe I forgot to tell you one of the most amazing things that's happened to me this year. I have become a cat dad. I am a cat daddy to Hunter and Asher. They are my 2 little boy kittens. I adopted them on July 13th, so it's been a little over 2 months. They bring me so much joy. I would show them, but they're sleeping right now. And listen, they are 2 boys. They're a little rambunctious, so the fact that they're sleeping, I'm let them chill out. But I will insert pictures here. They do have their own Instagram. Feel free to follow them. Hunter and Asher. I have not posted pictures lately because they've gotten actually quite big since these last 2 photos. But whatever recent pictures, I will pop them up here in the corner. They're about 18 weeks old. I love them. People were like, if you guys know me, I've always wanted to have 3 sons. And I wanted them to be Parker, Carter, and Hunter. And when I was going to name them Parker and Hunter or whatever, like my one sister was like, you can't name them the names you want to name your children. And I was like, I know, that's right. But Hunter was so fitting because Hunter is like all over the place. He's like a little hunter. And I was like, well, I do want to still reserve Parker and Carter. And I love names that end in ER. And I love Asher. And then I was like, damn, I should have reserved that for one of my sons too. But at 40, I'm not having 3 sons. And Asher has these gray eyes. He's so beautiful. And so I thought Asher was fitting for him. So that's how they got the names Hunter and Asher. And the only sad part is, like, you guys know, when I want things, I want them, and I don't think about it. I'm a brat. And I wanted to come home to something or someone, you know, like my dog Sky, who didn't even live with me. She passed away last year. And I'm like, I'll never get another dog because I feel like she'll be in heaven, like, seriously. So I can't have a dog right now anyway. Like, my life is too crazy. You know, I'm dating someone who lives in the Bronx and I'm in Central Jersey already, you know. And then my schedule was insane. 16 hours, sometimes 18-hour days. There's no way that I can give a dog 1 day a week. So I knew I needed an animal or animals that was, you know, that were independent. And I went in there only wanting to get one, but they both stole my heart. And here I am 2.5 months later with both of them. But my partner is allergic, like severely allergic. And on top of that, plus the commute, I don't know if this is the right decision. And I did kind of ask my friend who sent me to the shelter where I adopted them. I did ask her, I was like, would you be interested in 2 cats? Like, only because I can still see them. You know, we're very close, me and my coworker. So I'm like, I can still see them. I know they're going to a loving home that has tons of animals. They get all the love and attention. But I'm on the fence because I'm so in love with them, and they really do. They love me. And I've always said, if I ever get a cat, they have to be like dogs. Like, you can't be stealthy, you can't be in the corner, you can't hide. When I walk in the house, I need to see you. In fact, these boys they're so like dogs. Like, they're always at my door because I don't let them in my room. Too much Louis Vuitton on the floor. Those trunks, could you imagine? So they're always at my door, like, let me in, I just want to cuddle, like, you know. And then I come out here and they just want to, like, love on me and lay on me. So I got my wish. I got what I wanted. I got 2 cats that act like dogs. But I feel like I can't give them the attention that they need and the love that they need. When I take them to the vet, I've been doing all their visits, so it's like every 2 weeks, getting like these series of shots and rabies and follow-ups, and they're like, they're such great boys. They're like, they're so great. And I'm like, are they? Because when they're home, they're all over the place. But I think they just are trying to get my attention. You guys know I was a plant daddy before I was a cat daddy, and my cat plants are dwindling down. All those beautiful plants I had, they've just kind of destroyed them. They think that they're toys, so. And I had to get rid of some of my favorite ones because they're poisonous. It's just a mess. Like, and I'm like, my life is too chaotic right now. So I just let the plants go. And if I want to get those again at some point in life, I can. I can't replace these beautiful boys. So I was like, it is what it is. But that is the final update that I have for you guys, is that I have 2 roommates, 2 boys, Hunter and Asher, and I love them so much. But that's pretty much it, you guys. Before I hop back into the swing of full-on videos, I wanted to just come back, give you guys a life update, tell you where I've been, who I've been with, how happy I am, how thankful I am for all of you for still being here with me. Words cannot express how much I love you guys. So cheers to you. And I just heard today that I hit 4,000 subscribers. Like, I know I'm inconsistent. I started this thing in 2016, and I'm going to do a giveaway. Like, I have never, like, I did that little giveaway when I went to the exhibit, but like, come on. You guys are due a giveaway. I did do one for 1K, 3K, 2K. So we're at 4K, baby. And it's up from here. So thank you guys so much. Again, a giveaway will be coming soon. I'm going to be posting a actual Q&A on Instagram and on here, guys. Flood me with questions. I will answer anything that you guys want to know. I love you all so much. Thank you for watching. Again, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Join the family here. I would greatly appreciate it. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.